Welcome to FRC Media News for Thursday, September 29th, 2016. I'm Keith Tebow. On this week's show, we give you local reaction to the first presidential debate. We update you on a solar panel installation project at a local Catholic school, and we talk bicycle helmet safety. But first, let's go over the news headlines of the week as we do each week. We bring in Will Richmond, the digital news editor at the Fall River Herald News, on the phone again this week. Hey, Will, how are you?
I'm good, Keith. How are you?
Good. Let's go over a couple of items of the week. First of all, that tragic story from yesterday morning, that multiple car accident on Interstate 195 East between exits 10 and 11 in Westport. 3 people died, several others injured. Do you have any updates to provide us on either the cause or any other details that have not been in the paper since yesterday?
Sure. Actually, as we talked today on Tuesday afternoon about 1 o'clock today, state police have issued another update. Identities of some of the victims are starting to come in from state police. So they've identified a 68-year-old Dartmouth man by the name of John Oliveria as the driver of the livery van that had crossed the median and struck the other cars. That vehicle was traveling westbound on 195 in the Westport area and crossed over the median. They've also identified the passenger in the livery van as a New Bedford woman, 55-year-old Josephine Mazoka. And then the victim that in the car that was struck by the van has been identified as Caroline Lima of New Bedford. So the names are starting to come out. One sort of, positive out of the update. Yesterday, state police had reported that 2 Fall River men, both in separate cars, were injured. Today, they're correcting that to say one of the Fall River men, a 34-year-old who was operating an Audi, was not injured. So originally yesterday, they had reported 2 injuries that involved Fall River residents, but today we are fortunate to hear it's only 1, given the circumstances. Yeah,
now you reported yesterday that there was also a toddler who was injured yesterday. Is that still correct and was transported to Hasbro Children's Hospital?
That is still correct. The toddler, a 3-year-old boy, was in the car that was directly struck by the livery van, along with the 25-year-old Fall River man, the one that was injured, and that man was taken to Rhode Island Hospital. State police are not providing any information in terms of if they are family members. It was the young lady from New Bedford, the man from Fall River, and the 3-year-old boy. So it's not quite clear what their relation is altogether, but they were all in the car together.
Yeah. On the update from earlier this afternoon, any news on potentially what actually went down, why that livery vehicle crossed the median and went into the eastbound lane? Any update on that?
They have not yet. They've not provided any sort of update on what the cause may have been. They are stating that the investigation is ongoing, includes state police from the Dartmouth barracks, the detective unit from Bristol County and the DA's office, and as well as the collision and analysis and reconstruction team and the crime scene services team from the state police.
Right. All right. I know the Herald News will continue to follow this, and just a tragedy all around, and especially early on in the morning, people heading to do their business for the day, and then this happens and literally changes everything. So
yeah, unfortunately, I think a lot of people saw it as they were driving between Fall River and New Bedford yesterday on Wednesday morning.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, let's shift over to business from one government center. City Council met this week, and they acted on a couple of items. One, Mayor Correa presented his Streetscapes campaign. We talked about that in the past. The bonding issue, which went before the City Council for the first time yesterday. We talked a little bit about that, how it was going to look at changing the look of certain parts of the city, Purchase Street and other parts of Fall River. The City Council took that, talked about it for a while, and then ended up doing procedurally what they would do in this instance is referring it to the Finance Committee. Was anything gleaned in terms of their discussion on Tuesday as to whether this program would eventually see some sort of approval or denial?
Well, I think at this point, it's tough to glean anything from the council at this stage when it comes to matters submitted by the mayor's office.
Right.
Certainly things tend to, the relationship between the two branches of Fall River government can be a little testy at times. But I think the fact that they didn't hold it up, the council has been known to hold up items in the past presented by the city administration, that they are taking this procedurally in the proper manner is a good start in this process. So, I would certainly look forward to the Finance Committee, which is generally where most of the conversations take place, is at the committee level before they head to the full committee.
Right.
But so at this point, I think it's a good start that it is operating procedurally and going in the right procedural direction.
And the Finance Committee is probably expected to take this up at its next meeting, or is that up to the chair?
I believe that it is expected to come up at the next meeting. The Finance Committee, since it's made up of the full council body,
right,
typically only meets prior to regular city council meetings. So their next one would be coming up the second Tuesday in October, I believe. So that would probably be the next target date. So, there could be a request to move it back a meeting session to the end of October to give the council more time to look it over, but that would come at the discretion of the city council chairman.
Right. Council also voted to approve some tax incremental financing agreements, or TIFs, some of them relating to the Harbor Mall and the project there. That really wasn't unexpected, was it?
No, this process had already been approved by the TIF board and sent to the council for final approval. I think in general, most people are pleased to see the redevelopment of the new Harbor Mall site. I know the council president, Sean Kadeen, he had voted against the TIF that was sought for that site because he felt it should have been all wrapped up into one package of TIFs, which the owners have gotten one for the actual mall site already. This one was to expand the Staples store that's on site and to add some more businesses in that section. So, but I think in general, there's just people are pleased to see the redevelopment of that site, and there was no real holdup in getting that approved at the council level.
Right, and if you drive by that area, there's work being done, physical work. You see some construction going on where Market Basket will be, and you reported on that this week as well, right?
Yes, Market Basket has closed on their section of that site, so they appear to be moving full steam ahead on the reconstruction of what will become the Market Basket section of the development. All
right, well, very good. What's going on at the paper in the next few days?
Next couple of days, we will be gearing up for ballot questions. I think in the next couple of weeks, you'll start seeing a lot of previews of what to expect when you head to the polls, especially with the questions and the topics of the legalization of marijuana and animal treatment, along with charter schools, and on a lesser scale for our area, the approval of another slot parlor in the Boston area.
Right. Very good. All right, well, we'll talk to you next week.
All right. Have a good weekend, Keith.
Great. We'll have more FRC Media news right after this.
Here are some job descriptions on the latest hot jobs list from the Fall River Career Center. Behavior consultant. The May Institute, located in Fall River, is looking for a master's level clinician to provide behavioral consultation to families in the Fall River area. Behavioral consultants will conduct functional behavioral assessments and develop behavior support plans for families with children who have behavior problems. Job number 789-7267. Cook. Landmark Senior Living Communities is seeking a part-time cook for the traditional care building located in Fall River. The cook must take part in all phases of food preparation to be served to residents, staff, and guests. Job number 788 8223. Graphic artist. Advanced Career Services of Fall River is seeking a full-time graphic artist responsible for design, layout, copywriting, production, and trafficking of all publications, print materials, and signage. Must have knowledge of Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop applications and possess multitasking skills and good customer relations. Job number 788-2414. Quality Control Technician. Old Castle Precast, located in Rehoboth, Massachusetts, is looking for a quality control technician responsible for performing routine tests on raw materials, in-process components, and final product. Competent computer skills in Microsoft Office and experience with construction materials preferred. Job number 789-7602. Bank Teller. Santander Bank in Westport, Massachusetts is looking for a full-time experienced bank teller. Basic computer knowledge and Windows skills required, as well as cash handling and excellent customer service skills. Job number 789-7562. For more information on these or other positions, visit FRCMedianews.org or call the Fall River Career Center at 508-730-5000.
Welcome back. The first presidential debate between the Republican nominee Donald Trump and his Democratic opponent Hillary Clinton was held this week. The debate was re-aired the following day here at Bristol Community College for faculty and students who may have missed it. FRC Media News caught up with 33-year-old student Amy Blanchette, who watched the rerun. If anything, she says, the debate helped cement her dislike for Mr. Trump.
I was not a fan of Donald Trump. I've been more than willing to listen to his policies and find out what he's about and his platform, and the more that he speaks, the angrier I get. Good thing they didn't give us anything at the debate, because I wanted to throw something at the screen every time he interrupted Hillary. He was extremely rude, even a bit misogynistic in his tone and the way he addressed her. And I feel like to have somebody like that running our country is just such a disgrace.
Another student, 22-year-old Kyle Vasconcelos, was not swayed by how the candidates handled themselves, nor did he change his mind about who he wants for president. And based on the debate, that candidate is Donald Trump.
People might disagree with me on this, but I don't believe that Hillary Clinton is an honest person. There's Benghazi, the Hillary Clinton Foundation, there are conflicts of interest and things like that, and I don't agree with the way she handles our political system.
So even though she has more political experience, that means nothing to you?
No, I agree. That does mean something, that political experience obviously plays a role when you're becoming president of the United States. I just disagree that just because you have political experience that you should be president of the United States. But yes, experience does play a big role, but I don't believe that it should play the entire role in deciding who our president is going to be.
In the coming weeks, follow FRC Media News as we'll have more information on the presidential election as well as the 4 Massachusetts ballot questions that are on this year's election. Holy Name Elementary School in Fall River is the first Catholic school in the city to install solar panels on approximately 10,000 square feet of its roof. The administration is not leasing nor buying the solar panels. Instead, they worked out a solution to access solar power through a creative negotiation with a local company, Alternate Power and Energy. Business developer and manager Roger Gaydu explains.
The company that I work for is Alternate Power and Energy. We're located right here in Fall River in the industrial park. It's owned by a local businessman who actually owns Rhode Island Novelty. So we are a local company. We employ 250 employees. Sometime around 2 years ago, we started Alternate Power and Energy, and our goal is to install solar on other people's facilities throughout Massachusetts at zero cost and zero maintenance cost over 20 years. We maintain the system. We take care of any issues that may arise out of snow. And over the course of that period of time, companies or institutions such as Holy Name have the opportunity to save hundreds of thousands of dollars over a 20-year period, and then at the end of the 20 years we donate the system to the entity, and in this case Holy Name.
The plan to install the solar panels came on the advice of the school's advisory council after 2 years of research. Here is Parent and Council Chair Bob Medeiros.
Bottom line, we are installing solar panels on the roof. It's a very exciting time for us at Holy Name. As a parent, what we see is an opportunity to educate our children in clean, renewable energy and how to be responsible citizens from an environmental standpoint, where we're reducing carbon footprint. Also, there's the obvious financial benefit. With the financial benefit, now we can contribute back and enhance some of the programs that we have in the school and or bring on new programs that the school can offer. These are all exciting times. We feel that Holy Name is on a cusp of being cutting edge, the cutting edge parochial school that hopefully will be a model going forward.
The solar panels are being installed now and are expected to be in operation sometime in November. Meanwhile, Morton Middle School also has solar panels installed on its roof. Those panels are expected to go live by the end of October. We'll have more FRC Media news right after this.
This is Chrissy. She is a 4-year-old Jack Russell. As you can tell, she does not mind being dressed up. I put dresses on her, everything. She's very sweet. She has good leash manners. She does not pull. She does a tiny bit, but that's just because she's so excited and curious and she wants to smell everything. She loves toys. She loves to play. She won't bring them back, but she loves going after them. All of them excite her.
This is Mischief. She's a very sweet girl, but she's had a tough time of it. This is her second trip to Forever Paws. She was adopted as a kitten 2 years ago, and her owner couldn't keep her for whatever reason, and she came back here, and this is the case of the cat not knowing what a cat is and not being able to adjust well. At this point, she's gradually moving through our house to reintroduce her to what cats are all about and feeling safe again. So when she goes home to somebody, she needs to know that she's going to be safe, and someone has to have patience for the transition. You can meet her at Forever Paws. Our number is 508-677-9154. We are located at 300 Linwood Street. Our hours of operation are 11 to 4 every day but Wednesday, and that includes Saturdays and Sundays.
The City Council Transportation and Public Safety Subcommittee tabled a request by a California-based cell phone company to install cell boosters and towers across the city. Mobilite is proposing that 14 cell poles, some as high as 80 feet, be installed throughout the city to improve wireless service. Reportedly, some residents are nervous about the health effects that would be caused by possible electromagnetic field that would emanate from those cell boosters. City Councilor Ray Mitchell explains his concerns after speaking with company officials and their attorney.
The thing that troubled me most, Donna, is the questions that I asked and that Councilor Camara asked and Pamela Liberty LeBeau asked. Those questions to me were not answered. They were talked around. There weren't direct answers. So we have tabled this. We have sent it to the health department to get their opinion as to any issues with people's health if this is put in the city. Secondly, we sent it to the Corporation Council so he could look at the legal aspects of it, and the administration to get their advice as to whether this would be good for our city.
A free bicycle helmet giveaway will take place in Fall River this Saturday, October 1st. The event is being sponsored by Mass in Motion, a city-run program that promotes healthy and active living in Fall River. Director Julianne Kelly gives us the details.
Well, we are going to be fitting and distributing helmets for any young person, a child or a teen who comes by. They have to bring their bicycle, their skates, skateboard, or scooter in order to get a helmet. But these helmets come out of the generosity of the Kiwanis Club of Fall River and also the Truesdale Foundation. And Massive Motion and Bike Fall River has been doing this for years, giving out about 200 helmets every year thanks to these generous donors. So, and this time we've been over at Britland Park a couple of times. This time we're going to be over here on the Rodman Street entrance to the Quequechan River Rail Trail. And that's right down the street a little bit from Stop and Shop. So you'll see us here from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, this Saturday, October 1st, and also in 2 weeks on October 15th. Again, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
That'll do it for this edition of FRC Media News. You can catch FRC Media News Thursdays and Fridays at 6 p.m., but we're online 24/7 at frcmedianews.org. For all of us here at FRC Media News, I'm Keith Tebow. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Thursday.